the chilling call. Come closer, listen to the shadows draw. So subscribe and like, and don't be afraid to dive into the darkness where the shadows are laid. Tales from the shadows will spook your world. Join us on this journey, let your fears unfurl. Stay tuned, stay weird, and watch out for what lurks in the shadows.
Welcome, friends, to the dark and the deep, where whispers linger and shadows creep. Tales from the shadows, where legends arise, with ghostly stories and myths that mesmerized. Today's tale is one of legacy. We follow Sarah on a journey through the Blackwood legacy. The envelope was heavy, its edges frayed and worn. It arrived on a Tuesday, addressed to Sarah in an elegant and unsettling handwriting. Inside, there was a single handwritten card. The words were few, but they sent a shiver down Sarah's spine. You are invited to a gathering of old friends. It is a night of remembrance, a celebration of the past. Come if you dare. The card was unsigned, but Sarah knew who it was from. It was an invitation from the Blackwood family, a family she had known since childhood. The Blackwood house, a sprawling Victorian mansion, had always been a place of mystery and intrigue. Sarah hesitated. She had not seen the Blackwoods in years, and the memories associated with them were bittersweet. But something about the invitation, the way it was worded, the sense of urgency it conveyed, drew her in. She decided to accept it. Sarah arrived at the Blackwood house the night of the gathering, her heart pounding in her chest. The mansion was shrouded in darkness, except for a single light in the attic window. She heard a faint, eerie melody coming from inside as she approached the door. She hesitated for a moment, then took a deep breath and knocked. The door creaked open, revealing a dark, empty hallway. A chill ran down her spine as she stepped inside. Are you a fan of Tales from the Shadows? Want to support the show? Well, you're in luck. You can buy some Tales from the Shadows merch by clicking the link in the description. Whether you want accessories, a hoodie, or maybe even just a t-shirt, Tales from the Shadows has a little bit of it all. So don't wait, order your Tales from the Shadows merch now. Now let's get back into the tale. As Sarah stepped inside the Blackwood house, she was struck by the oppressive silence. The once vibrant mansion felt cold and lifeless. The only sound was the faint echo of her footsteps and the eerie medley that seemed to follow her. She made her way through the darkened hallways, her heart pounding. The air was thick with the scent of decay and something sinister. She tried to shake off the feeling, but it was impossible. Finally, she reached the attic. The door was slightly ajar, and a sliver of light escaped from the room. She pushed the door open and stepped inside. The attic was a cavernous space filled with cobwebs and dust. In the center of the room, a long oak table was set with candles and a single withered bouquet of flowers. Surrounding the table were chairs, each occupied by a figure shrouded in shadow. As Sarah entered the room, the figures turned to face her. She recognized them immediately. They were her old friends, the Blackwood family. But they looked different. Their faces were pale and gaunt, their eyebrows hollow and devoid of life. "Welcome, Sarah," a voice from the head of the table said. It was the voice of the family patriarch, Mr. Blackwood. He stood up and approached her, his eyes fixed on her strangely. "We have been waiting for you," he said. "You are the final piece of the puzzle." Sarah felt a wave of fear wash over her. She tried to back away, but it was too late. The figures around the table rose from their chairs and began to close in on her. "It's time," Mr. Blackwood said, his voice chilling. "It's time for the sacrifice." Are you looking to promote your product or reach a different audience? Then you're in luck, because Tales from the Shadows is seeking sponsorship. We get a wide range of individuals, from history buffs to horror fans.
and everything in between. Suppose you want to sponsor Tales from the Shadows or know someone who might. Tell them to email tales.ft.shadows@gmail.com with the subject line sponsorship. We now return you to today's tale.
As the figures closed in on Sarah, she felt a cold dread. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. The room seemed to spin around her as she struggled to break free. Then a strange sensation came over her. She felt a warmth spreading through her body, a sense of peace that was utterly at odds with the terror she was experiencing. The figures around her seemed to fade away, replaced by a vision of the past. She saw herself as a young girl playing in the Blackwood gardens with Mr. Blackwood's children. She remembered the laughter, the joy, the sense of belonging. But then something changed. The children disappeared, and Mr. Blackwood's eyes took a sinister glint. She saw him performing a dark ceremony meant to bring back his lost family. But the ritual had gone wrong, and now, years later, he was trying to complete it. The vision faded, and Sarah found herself standing alone in the attic. The figures were gone, and the room was bathed in a soft, ethereal light. She knew what she had to do. She approached the table and took the withered bouquet. She placed it on the floor with a heavy heart and lit a candle. Then she spoke the words she had heard in the vision. As she spoke, the room began to tremble. The walls seemed to close in on her, and a blinding light filled the attic. When the light faded, Sarah stood in a clearing, the Blackwood house nowhere to be seen. She had escaped, but at a terrible cost. The Blackwood family was gone, their souls forever trapped in the darkness. And Sarah, forever changed by the experience, knew she would never be the same. So remember, if you receive a strange letter in the mail telling you it is urgent and to come for a night of memories, be weary. Make sure you know exactly who you're joining that night. That's going to do it for this tale. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a story. And don't forget to comment your favorite tale. You may see it here on Tales from the Shadow. Until next time, stay tuned, stay weird, and watch out for what lurks in the shadows.
This has been Tales from the Shadows, where the shadows speak the stories that will make you weak. Join us on this journey into the unknown. Tales from the shadows, where fear is shown. So subscribe and like, and don't be afraid to dive into the darkness where the shadows are laid.